welcome back to the Sunshine and Stardust podcast, where we chat all about life, friendship, and all things positive. I'm Marley.
Hey girls, and I'm Minka. We're so happy you're here with us today. Grab your favorite drink, get cozy, and let's talk about something super important: healthy relationships. Respectfully, if you're a boy, sit this one out for a bit because it's gonna get serious.
Girls, relationships are a huge part of our lives. Whether it's friendships, family relationships, or dating, the people around us can have a big impact on our happiness and well-being.
And I completely agree with you, Marley. When we say healthy relationship, we definitely don't mean a perfect relationship. Nobody is perfect, especially no man. And honestly, perfection sounds exhausting in a relationship.
Seriously, a healthy relationship is really just one where both people feel respected, valued, and supported.
Exactly. It's about being yourself and knowing that the other person genuinely cares about you.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the biggest signs of a healthy relationship is communication. Being able to talk honestly about your feelings, concerns, and needs is so important in a relationship.
To add on, communication isn't just talking. It's also about listening. Sometimes the best thing you can do for someone is make them feel heard and seen.
Yeah, I think we've all had moments where we weren't looking for advice and we just wanted someone to listen.
Yes, I've definitely been there. Sometimes a friend doesn't need you to solve their problem. They just need you to say, "Wow, that sounds really difficult. I'm here for you."
And honestly, those little moments can make someone feel so loved and supported.
Another important part of healthy relationships is trust. Trust helps people feel safe and comfortable being themselves.
That is so true. Trust is built over time through honesty, reliability, and respecting each other's boundaries.
And trust can come up in small ways too, like knowing your friend will keep a personal conversation private or keep secrets, or knowing that they'll show up when they say they will.
Speaking of boundaries, let's talk about them for a second. In my opinion, boundaries are limits we set to protect our comfort, time, and well-being.
Boundaries are such an important part about relationships. Setting boundaries doesn't mean you're being mean. It actually helps relationships stay healthy because everyone knows what makes the other person feel comfortable.
Yeah, I think when people hear the word boundary, they get intimidated and immediately think it's something negative.
Right. But boundaries can be as simple as saying, "I need some alone time today," or "I'm not comfortable about talking about that."
Of course, and people who care about you should respect those boundaries.
Exactly. A healthy relationship makes room for both people to have their own interests, goals, and personal space.
Yeah, and a really good thing to look out for in a relationship is support. Healthy relationships encourage you to grow, chase your goals, and become the best version of yourself.
If your friend gets a good grade or achieves something exciting, celebrating their success instead of competing with them is a sign of a healthy relationship. We've all been there. We've all had that friend. And you know how exhausting it can get when you're constantly competing with someone.
Take a second to talk about that for a second, because comparison can be such a trap.
Oh, absolutely, ladies. Social media makes it so easy to compare yourself to everyone else, especially with all the celebrities and models online.
Yeah, but a true friend isn't secretly hoping you fail.
A real friend is one sending 10 exclamation points when something good happens to you.
Yeah, the friend who's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you," every time you accomplish something.
Exactly. Their support doesn't disappear when they see that you're succeeding.
Another thing I personally feel is really important is feeling comfortable or being yourself around someone.
Yes, you shouldn't feel like you have to pretend to be someone else just to keep a friendship or a healthy relationship.
Yeah, if you're constantly changing your personality, hiding your interest, or walking on eggshells around someone, that's not a great sign.
I think one big lesson that Marley and I have learned is that the right people will come from your quirks and your personality and all the little things that make you unique. The people will gravitate towards you and like you for who you are.
Even your random obsessions.
Especially the random obsessions.
It's important to remember that arguments happen in every relationship. There's truly no way of escaping them.
Definitely. The goal is never to argue. The goal is to handle disagreements without harm, yelling, or trying to hurt the other person, keeping it respectful.
Yeah, sometimes healthy conflict can actually help your relationship with someone grow.
Yeah, that's a really good point. You can disagree with someone and still care about them.
One thing I always try to remind myself is that it's okay to apologize when you're wrong.
Yeah, same. Taking responsibility for your mistakes really shows maturity and respect.
On the other hand, it's important to forgive when appropriate and move forward instead of holding every mistake over someone's head forever, because doing that will only strain your relationship with that person.
Relationships work best when both people are willing to learn and grow.
Alright, girls, before we wrap up, let's do a quick green flag check.
Green flag number 1, they respect your boundaries. Green flag number 2, they celebrate your wins. Green flag number 3, you feel comfortable being yourself around them. Green flag number 4, they communicate honestly and kindly. And green flag number 5, you leave conversations with them feeling supported, not drained. We love a good green flag moment. We hope that today's episode and conversation really helped you think about the relationships that you have in your life and if they're healthy and positive.
Thanks so much for listening to Sunshine and Stardust with Marley and Minka.
Remember to spread kindness, protect your peace, and keep shining.
Bye, everyone. See you next time.